wheelchair. I'm living day by day. My mind is getting slower and my body is in decay. But Frannie, you're still beautiful, just like the day we met. I still know that you're coming when I see your silhouette, your silhouette. My legs can't hold my body and my arms are both so weak. The kids brush me away like I'm a dusty old antique. But Frannie, you still look at me like I am 25. You're still my blushing bride, and that's what's keeping me alive, keeping me alive. Well, I ain't getting any younger, and Frannie, you're older too. There's a child who never grew old, who sings to the trees like nobody can see, with a fire that never went cold. He looks up to the stars and the moon and at Mars and the endless expanse of the sky, devoid of all doubt, just a question of how to climb up to the heavens and fly. But time is advancing and drifting a flood.
Wow, what a beautiful place. I'm just so happy. My friend Sarah invited me on a trip with her. She just recently got vaccinated and we haven't seen each other in a really long time because of COVID, and she had this like bonus pack to stay in these tiny houses here in the Shenandoah Valley in Virginia, and she invited me to come and stay with her, and I was so excited. We used to go on trips together all the time and we haven't gone in a really long time. So I was so excited to come, and I'm so glad I did. Like, it's gorgeous out here. We were kind of worried that it was going to be too rainy, and I was like, oh yeah, well if it rains, it's fine. We'll just like sit in the cabin all day long, sit in the tiny house, look out the window, watch the rain. It'll be beautiful. But it actually didn't rain that much. It rained once at nighttime, which was amazing. I just like sat in the door and looked outside and watched the rain and listened to music for like 20 minutes. But during the day, it didn't actually rain, and what happened was, I guess because it was so humid or something, I'm not a weather person, but it was so misty, and we drove up to Skyline Drive, which is one of the most beautiful places to drive in all of the United States, and we drove for a long time, and then we stopped off and we did this amazing hike, and then we drove some more, and we stopped to do a second hike, and we saw this gorgeous waterfall, and just the mist on the mountains was so beautiful. Like, everything felt like we were in a movie, like a magical, mystical fairy movie, and it was just so nice to get away. I've basically been stuck in the house for the past year, and I really don't go out much anymore, and yeah, I don't know, it's just nice to be in nature and relax. Waking up in the tiny house is so cool. Like, just the simple pleasure of having a cup of tea and looking out the window at the trees and just chatting and having fun with my friend, eating really good food. It was just great. The first night that we got here, we went on a little walk around the property, and there's like a little stream that runs through it, and we were walking the dog and just catching up and having a really great time. And then we came back and we played cards, which, something about playing games is just so joyful. Video games don't really do it for me, but any sort of like physical in-person game, it just brings me so much pleasure, and I always laugh so much when I do it. And I didn't play a lot of games growing up, so being able to enjoy them as an adult is really fun. Yeah, overall it was such a simple weekend. We didn't do much. We just walked around and enjoyed nature and ate and cooked good food and just talked and enjoyed each other's company, but it was such a great trip. I'm so glad I came. I've been trying to do this thing lately where I romanticize my life. Basically, you live your life as if it was a movie and kind of make everything that you do special. And before I started doing this, I would notice that I would do things that I saw people do in movies, but I would never feel the way I felt when I watched the movie. Like, something about it just seemed not as exciting or not as beautiful or whatever. Like, I would do a hike and get to the top of the mountain and I would enjoy it for like 5 seconds and then be over it and be bored. So by romanticizing my life, I kind of add all these extra things to it that make it extra special. So I might listen to a great song and kind of put a soundtrack on like they do in a movie. And I really focus on what I'm doing and make sure that I'm really absorbing all the beauty of it. I might have some really good food, like a really delicious cup of tea or something that I love to eat, and I might be wearing something really cozy that just makes me super comfortable and able to focus on the moment. And all of these tiny things add up, and they make moments in life so special to the point where I'm experiencing that moment and I think to myself, this moment right now is the moment that happens in movies that I look at and I think, oh, I would give anything to be that person. I would give anything to live that experience, that moment that that person is living. And then I realize I am living that moment, and this is a moment that I need to appreciate. So I've had a lot of little moments like that during this trip, and I'm so grateful for it. And yeah, I highly encourage everyone to just appreciate the simple things in life and make those moments for yourself, because you don't have to be like out, I was gonna say out in the wilderness, but here we are and there's still sounds of traffic even though we're in the country far, far away from the city. But you don't have to be out in the wilderness to experience those special moments. I have them all the time at home when I'm just cuddling with my cats with a cup of coffee, or lighting a candle, or taking a walk around the block and going to the local park, or just hanging out with my friends and laughing and having a good time. But they're certainly easier to come by when you're traveling around a beautiful mountainous area with amazing landscapes and mist everywhere and blue mountains. Just everything looks like a Bob Ross painting. So cool.